Have you ever wondered what you're truly capable of? What reserves of strength lie dormant within you, waiting for a moment of absolute crisis? Today, we're exploring a story that pushes the very limits of human endurance. A story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about survival. This is the incredible true story of Aron Ralston. In April 2003, Aron, an experienced outdoorsman and mountaineer, set out for a solo adventure in the remote and beautiful Bluejohn Canyon in Utah. He was an expert, familiar with the treacherous terrain. He told no one exactly where he was going, a decision that would soon have dire consequences. The day started like any other beautiful day in the desert. Clear blue skies, the sun warming the red rock, and the profound silence of the wilderness. Aron was canyoneering, a sport that involves navigating narrow slot canyons, often requiring climbing and rappelling. As he was descending into a particularly narrow slot, a dislodged boulder, estimated to weigh around 800 pounds, shifted. In a terrifying split second, the boulder fell, pinning his right arm against the canyon wall. Imagine the sudden, shocking violence of that moment. 1 second, you are free, moving through a majestic landscape. The next, you are trapped, entombed in stone, miles from another living soul. The initial shock gave way to a surge of adrenaline. He pushed, he pulled, he tried to chip away at the rock with his multi-tool, but the boulder was immovable. His arm was crushed, held in an iron grip. The first hours were a frantic blur of effort, each attempt ending in the same grim reality. He was stuck. As the sun began to set, the desert chill seeped into the canyon, and a new kind of fear began to creep in. The physical pain was immense, but the psychological torment was just beginning. Day 1 turned into day 2. Aron had a small amount of water, about 1 liter, and 2 burritos. He rationed them carefully, taking tiny sips and small bites, knowing they were his only lifeline. He spent his time trying every possible strategy to free himself. He tried to rig a pulley system with his climbing ropes to lift the boulder. Nothing worked. The silence of the canyon was deafening, broken only by the sound of his own breathing and the occasional gust of wind. Hope began to feel like a distant memory. By day 3, dehydration started to set in. His mind, starved of water and sleep, began to play tricks on him. He started to hallucinate, seeing visions of friends and loved ones. He used his small video camera to record messages for his family. A heart-wrenching goodbye from a man who believed his final resting place would be this cold, unforgiving canyon. He was facing the stark reality that he might not make it out alive. He was completely alone, with no one even knowing where to begin searching for him. On the 4th day, his water ran out. The thirst was agonizing. He was getting weaker, his body beginning to shut down. Desperation led him to a horrifying but necessary decision to drink his own urine to stay hydrated. In these moments of profound suffering, something shifted within him. The fight for survival became a primal instinct, overriding the pain and despair. He knew time was running out. The circulation to his trapped hand was long gone. The tissue was dying. A radical, almost unthinkable idea began to form in his mind. It was an idea born from the deepest, most desperate corner of human will. Day 5. Aron knew he was on borrowed time. He had been experimenting with his dull multi-tool knife, testing the deadened nerves in his arm. He realized that to escape, he would have to do the unimaginable. He would have to amputate his own arm. He first tried to use the knife to cut through the bone, but it was too dull. It was a gruesome failed attempt that only added to his agony. But in that process, he discovered a way forward. He realized he could use the torque from his body against his trapped arm to break the 2 bones inside, the radius and the ulna. With a surge of desperate energy, he threw his body against the arm, once and twice. He heard and felt a sickening snap as the first bone broke. The pain was beyond description, but it was the sound of a chance, the sound of possibility. He repeated the motion, breaking the second bone. Now, only flesh, muscle, and tendons held him to the rock. Using the small 2-inch blade of his multi-tool, he began the slow, torturous process of cutting through his own arm. It took him an hour of unimaginable pain and focus, a testament to the raw power of the will to live. Finally, he was free. But the ordeal was far from over. Free, but bleeding, severely dehydrated, and with a 65-foot cliff to rappel down before he could even begin the 7-mile hike back to his truck. He fashioned a makeshift sling and, running on pure adrenaline, managed the one-handed rappel. He then began stumbling through the canyon under the hot sun. He had no water and was losing blood, but he was moving. He was alive. After hiking for several miles, a mirage-like vision appeared in the distance. A family of tourists from the Netherlands. He called out, his voice weak. They rushed to his side, giving him water and Oreos, and immediately alerted the authorities. Soon, the whir of a rescue helicopter filled the canyon. Aron Ralston had been found. He had survived 127 hours trapped by a boulder, and he had saved his own life through an act of incredible courage and will. Aron's story isn't just about survival. It's about the unshakable power of the human spirit. It teaches us that even in our darkest moments, when all hope seems lost, we possess a strength we never knew we had. It's a powerful reminder to cherish every moment, to tell people where you're going, and to never, ever give up. Thank you so much for joining us for this incredible story. What do you think you would have done in his situation? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this story as inspiring as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of survival and human resilience. We'll see you in the next one.